Welcome back to Profit Show. Today we are diving into the mysterious world of Washington $quarter coins, but not just any quarters. I am talking about three of the rarest coins ever to exist, pieces so extraordinary that they have stunned collectors, historians, and even financial experts for decades now. Before you think of loose change lying in your pocket, let me tell you, these are not ordinary coins. These quarters are linked to hidden secrets of American minting history, each one carrying a story that feels almost too incredible to be true. Imagine holding a piece of metal so small yet so powerful. It has the ability to change lives forever. These three rare Washington quarters are not just collectible items. They are keys to an untold history, chapters of America's numismatic journey that only a chosen few have ever had the privilege to witness. Picture this: you're at a small garage sale flipping through an old jar of coins, when suddenly you spot something a little different. At first glance, it looks like any other quarter. But when you really examine it, the details reveal something extraordinary. A small mistake, a hidden rarity, a striking difference that transforms this simple coin into one of the most sought-after treasures in the entire world. Now, what if I told you that there are only three such quarters, each one so rare that their existence feels like a legend, but they are real and they are priceless. Each has been whispered about in collector circles, debated in auction houses, and locked away in private vaults because they are worth more than anyone could have imagined. The first coin is tied to a minting error so rare that experts describe it as a miracle, a 1 in billions chance where everything aligned in such a way that the coin was struck differently than all others, making it unique beyond measure. It has traveled through hands unknown before ending up in the possession of a collector who has safeguarded it like a national treasure, because it is one of a kind. The second coin holds a mystery of its own. This one was minted during a time when America was shifting through challenges and changes. Yet something about its creation was so unusual that even today researchers and historians study it closely, trying to unlock why and how it slipped past the minting process and entered circulation just one quarter. Like this has been verified, and that is what makes it almost mythical, because it should not exist. But it does, and its value cannot be compared to anything else. The third coin is surrounded by secrecy and legend. Many say it was never meant to leave the mint. Others believe it was created by accident during an experimental run. Either way, this coin became an icon of impossibility, an artifact that should not be in the hands of the public. Yet somehow it is, and those who have seen it up close describe the feeling as if they were holding a piece of American history, unlike any other. Now here is the question that will keep you hooked. Could one of these legendary coins be hiding in plain sight, waiting in someone's pocket change, or tucked away in an old collection forgotten in a drawer? The truth is stranger than fiction, because sometimes life-changing treasures come in the smallest forms, and that is exactly why these three Washington $quarter coins are considered the rarest in the world, and why their stories will leave you questioning every single coin you have ever held. Welcome back to Profit Show. Today I am about to reveal something that will keep you glued to the screen until the very last second, because in my hands we have a story of a coin that may look ordinary but carries a secret that could change the way you see the coins in your pocket forever. Imagine walking through your day and buying a coffee or dropping a quarter into a vending machine and not knowing that the little coin you just let go of could have been worth $95,000. That is right. Today we are diving deep into the 2000 Massachusetts state $quarter coin. And trust me, this is no ordinary pocket change. This is a coin that has stunned collectors, dealers, and even grading experts around the world now. Before we get to the shocking value, let me build the story step by step, because every twist in this tale makes the reveal even more powerful. The United States Mint launched the state quarter program in 1999, and Massachusetts was one of the first state designs to hit circulation in the year 2000. This quarter features the image of a Minuteman, a soldier from the American Revolution, standing tall with a musket, and behind him, the outline of the state of Massachusetts, with the words, "The Bay State" inscribed on it. It was a design meant to honor history. But little did anyone know that certain examples of this coin would one day become some of the most desirable pieces in modern numismatics. Now here is where the suspense builds, because out of the billions of Massachusetts quarters struck, most are worth only face value 25 cents. You might have one in your pocket right now. But here is the cliffhanger question. What separates an ordinary quarter from one worth $95,000? The answer is hidden in a combination of condition, rarity, minting errors, and professional grading. So let us unpack this carefully to make sure you do not miss a single detail. First, let us talk about condition, because in numismatics, condition is king. Collectors use the Sheldon scale, which runs from poor at grade 1 to mint state gem and beyond with proof-like finishes. And every single point on that scale dramatically affects value. Professional grading services like PCGs, the Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, are the gold standard for evaluating coins. Their experts use magnification light and years of training to assign precise grades, and when a Massachusetts state quarter from the year 2000 is found in flawless uncirculated condition, graded as MS68 or MS69 by PCGS or NGC, it transforms from pocket change into a treasure. Collectors chase these high-grade coins because survival rates are so low. Think about it. Billions of quarters are struck, but only a handful survive decades of circulation without scratches, nicks, or wear. Now let us dive into the physical details of this coin. The 2000 Massachusetts quarter has a standard clad composition of copper and nickel. It weighs 5.67 grams. Its diameter measures 24.26 millimeters, and its thickness comes in at 1.75 millimeters. These numbers may sound like ordinary mint statistics, but to a numismatist, every single one of these details matters. A slightly off strike, a doubled die error, or a planche mistake can turn a common coin into a high-value collectible. And that brings me to another cliffhanger. Yes, errors. This is where the real magic happens. Certain 2000 Massachusetts state quarters are known to have striking anomalies. Die cracks off center strikes or double dies. And when you combine an error with an already high-grade coin, you create a perfect storm of rarity and desirability, and that is where prices begin to climb into the thousands. But why $95,000? The reason is scarcity in gem mint grades. When a coin like this is preserved untouched since the day it left the mint, sealed in original rolls or proof sets, and then discovered decades later in nearly perfect condition, collectors are willing to pay jaw-dropping sums at major auctions. Heritage auctions, Stacks, Bowers, and other renowned houses have witnessed state quarters fetching staggering prices. Because wealthy collectors and investors know how hard it is to acquire the very top population, graded coins. Remember, this is not just about owning a coin, it is about owning a piece of American history in its finest possible preservation. Now, let me share some authentic collector terminology that every numismatist uses when discussing coins. We talk about obverse, meaning the front; reverse, meaning the back mint mark, which tells you where the coin was made in the case of Massachusetts. Quarters, you may see AD for Denver or a P for Philadelphia; and strike, which refers to how sharp and crisp the design is struck on the planche. Strong strikes usually command higher value than weak ones. Luster is another key term. It describes the way light reflects across the coin surface and is critical in grading. Eye appeal matters as much as technical grade, because collectors want coins that pop with brilliance and originality. Now let me place another small cliffhanger here, because many people want to know, where can I sell a coin like this? How do I turn a rare quarter into real cash? If you find a 2000 Massachusetts quarter that you believe is special, the first step is never to clean it. Cleaning destroys original surfaces and drastically lowers value. Instead, you want to send it to a trusted grading company like PCGs or NGC. Once graded and slabbed in a protective holder, you now have authentication and credibility. This allows you to sell in the right places and avoid being lowballed. The best-selling venues are major auction houses, heritage auctions, great collections, Stacks, Bowers, and also certified coin dealer networks. You can also list on eBay, but only if your coin is graded, because raw, ungraded coins often fetch far less and attract skepticism. Another insider tip is to join numismatic clubs and shows. In the United States, coin clubs are filled with serious collectors who are always searching for the next rare piece, and they are willing to pay premium prices when the right coin appears. Let me stress again that grading is the gatekeeper of value, and Miss 62 coin might bring a few dollars, while the exact same coin graded Miss 69 can break into 5 or even 6-figure territory. That is why collectors always emphasize, buy the coin, not the story. Look at luster, strike, eye appeal, and certification, and you will know you are handling something extraordinary. Now, as we move deeper into this story, you may be asking, how many of these Massachusetts quarters could really be worth $95,000? The truth is extremely few, and that is exactly why suspense builds. So many people have these quarters, but only a fraction have survived in such immaculate, pristine conditions, sealed away untouched for decades, and that scarcity drives the price through the roof. And here is the most thrilling part. You could have one sitting in a jar in your home and not even realize it until you check the details. This is why collectors in the United States are constantly checking their pocket change, their coin rolls, and their inherited collections, because the treasure hunt never ends every day. Someone discovers a coin that changes their life. And this is why Profit Show exists, to guide you through these discoveries. Now, before I reveal the final thought, I need you to do something for me. Hit the like button. If you love learning about coins, drop a comment below with what coins you want me to cover next, and, most importantly, subscribe to Profit Show, because we are building the strongest coin collecting community right here together. And trust me, you do not want to miss what is coming in the next episodes. Now let us circle back to our coin, the 2000 Massachusetts State $quarter coin in gem. Mint state can reach values as high as $95,000, especially when authenticated by PCGs or NGC and sold through a major auction. And while most examples will never reach that price, the knowledge you now hold gives you the power to identify and protect the ones that might. Because knowledge in numismatics is the real currency. It transforms pocket change into treasure maps, and every coin becomes a mystery waiting to be solved. Collectors call this the thrill of the hunt, and today, you are part of that journey. So remember the details. Condition: weight, 5.67 grams. Thickness, 1.75 millimeters. Diameter, 24.26 millimeters. Clad composition of copper and nickel design with the Minuteman and the Bay State inscription, minted in the year 2000, and the potential to be worth up to $95,000 when found in perfect condition and sold to the right buyer. If you are holding a Massachusetts State quarter right now, maybe you are holding more than a coin. Maybe you are holding a piece of history, a legacy of the mint, a fragment of the American story, and perhaps even a life-changing treasure. Do not let that possibility slip away. The next step is in your hands. Check your coins. Look for high grades, protect them carefully, and always use professional grading services to unlock their maximum value. And now, as we close this story, I want to leave you with one final cliffhanger. We have explored the Massachusetts quarter today, but there are other state quarters out there with values even higher. Some hiding in plain sight in your own change drawer, and I promise you in the next videos of Profit Show, we will uncover those secrets one by one. So do not just watch this video, share it with your friends, family, and fellow collectors, because you never know who might be sitting on a fortune without realizing it. Hit subscribe, ring the notification bell, and stay tuned, because the treasure hunt has only just begun, and together we will unlock the hidden fortunes of coins that most people overlook. This is Profit Show, and this is where your J. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Profit Show, where every coin tells a story, and some stories are so powerful they can change the way you look at pocket change forever. Today we are about to uncover the secrets behind a coin that has shocked collectors and stunned investors, a coin so rare that its value skyrocketed into the millions, and you may not even believe it until the very end. This is the 1966 Washington $quarter coin from the United States, and what I am about to reveal will keep you on the edge of your seat until the final second, so lean in closely and let us begin this journey. Imagine holding a simple quarter, a coin that most people toss into a vending machine or drop into a jar without a second thought. Now, imagine that same coin suddenly being valued at $16 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $16 million for a quarter from 1966, and before you ask why or how, let me take you deeper into the mystery of this coin. The Washington quarter has always been a coin of pride for American currency. First minted in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, it became a staple in circulation. But not all quarters are created equal, and in the world of numismatics, which is the professional study and collection of coins, tiny details make all the difference in value. Sometimes one minting error or one rare variation can elevate a simple coin into legendary status. The 1966 Washington quarter falls into this category. But why this year? Why this particular coin? During 1965, the United States Treasury made a critical decision due to rising silver prices. They removed silver from quarters starting in 1965. Prior to this date, quarters were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. But after 1965, the composition switched to a clad structure of copper-nickel over a copper core, meaning that silver quarters from previous years already had high value, and transitional years, like 1965 and 1966, are crucial for collectors. But here is the twist, and here is where you need to pay attention, because the 1966 quarter should not contain silver. Yet there exist extremely rare error examples of 1966 quarters struck accidentally on leftover silver planchets, meaning they are composed of 90% silver instead of the clad copper nickel. And these mistakes slipped through the minting process into circulation without anyone noticing. At the time, these are the legendary coins that today command millions, and one such coin has been valued at an astonishing $16 million. Before I reveal how this number came to be, let me explain why collectors and grading experts value such coins so highly. In numismatics, grading is everything, and professional companies like PCGS, which stands for Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, which is Numismatic Guarantee Company, are trusted worldwide for determining the grade of a coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, where 70 represents a perfect, flawless coin known as mint state. 70. The closer your coin is to this perfect condition, the higher the value. Now think about it. A rare mint error coin, like the 1966 Washington quarter struck on silver, becomes exponentially more valuable when it is preserved in high grade. Imagine finding such a coin in mint state 66, 67, or even 68. This would instantly push the value into astronomical numbers. This is why collectors guard their coins carefully. In protective slabs certified by grading companies, once a coin is sealed in a slab with its grade recorded, it not only secures authenticity, but also maximizes trust in the marketplace. Now let us pause here for a moment and build the suspense, because I know you are asking yourself right now, how can I know if my 1966 quarter is the rare one? What should I look for, and what should I do if I find one? The answer lies in careful inspection and knowledge. First, the weight of the coin. Standard clad quarters from 1966 should weigh about 5.67 grams, while silver quarters weigh about 6.25 grams. This small difference is critical and can often only be detected with a precise digital scale. Second, the appearance of the coin. Silver quarters often have a whiter, brighter sheen compared to the slightly duller copper-nickel clad composition. Third, the sound of the coin. Yes, even the ring of a coin can reveal its metal. Silver has a distinct high-pitched ring, while clad coins produce a duller sound. Imagine holding that quarter, flipping it into the air, and hearing that unmistakable silver chime. Your heart would race, and for good reason, because you may be holding one of the rarest treasures in modern American coinage. Now let us get even deeper into the world of coin collectors. Because suspense is not just in finding a coin, it is also in what comes next. Once you identify a potentially rare 1966 quarter, the next step is authentication and grading. You must send it to a professional service like PCGS or NGC, because without that certification, your claim holds little weight in the marketplace. Collectors demand proof. Experts will analyze the metal composition, the strike quality, the condition, and finally they will assign it a grade. And this is where the magic happens. A 1966 silver quarter in average circulated condition might sell for a few $1,000s, but one in mint state certified condition has the potential to leap into 6 figures, 7 figures, and beyond. And when an exceptionally rare specimen crossed the auction block, it shocked the entire numismatic world with a final price tag of $16 million, making it one of the most valuable modern quarters ever recorded. But you may now be wondering, how can I sell such a coin if I happen to find one? And this is where careful strategy matters. Do not rush into selling it to a pawn shop or a casual dealer who may not recognize its true worth. Instead, look to professional auction houses specializing in rare coins such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Legend Rare Coin Auctions. These venues attract serious collectors with deep pockets who understand the significance of numismatic rarities. Another safe approach is to work through professional dealers registered with organizations like the American Numismatic Association, which ensures credibility and fair practice. Let us now return to the suspense, because the true thrill of this story is the possibility that such a coin could still be out there hidden in collections. Or coin jars forgotten in drawers waiting to be discovered? What if you are the one to stumble upon it? How would your life change? Imagine transforming a simple quarter into a fortune of millions, with just a careful eye and a little knowledge. That is the power of numismatics. Now, before we move forward, let me ask you, my viewer, have you ever checked your change carefully? Have you ever wondered if the coins you pass by every day might be worth a fortune? Comment below and share your experience, because I want to hear your stories, and together we can uncover hidden treasures. Also, do not forget to like this video if you are fascinated by rare coins, because every like tells me to keep creating more breakdowns like this. And most importantly, subscribe to Profit Show, because the next rare coin story I share might just be the one that changes your life forever. Now let me give you some hard details for those of you who want to dig deeper. The 1966 Washington quarter officially has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a weight of 5.67 grams in standard clad form, composed of copper nickel over a copper core. But remember, the rare error version struck on leftover silver planchets weighs approximately 6.25 grams and contains 90% silver and 10% copper. These small specifications matter because they are the difference between pocket change and multi-million-dollar treasure collectors. Often use terms like die variety, mint error, transitional issue, and strike quality to describe such coins, and these words are not just jargon. They carry real meaning in the numismatic community. A transitional error, like the 1966 silver quarter, is highly prized because it represents a moment in history when the mint was shifting from silver to clad coinage. Mistakes like this tell a story of change economy and oversight, making them more than just money. They are artifacts of history, and let us not forget that rarity is only part of the equation. Condition and demand drive the price higher and higher. Scarcity plus high grade plus collector demand equals astronomical value. So when you hear $16 million, it is not just a number, it is the perfect storm of rarity. History, condition, and market, hunger all converging on one legendary coin. As we draw closer to the end of this story, I want to remind you that coins like the 1966 silver Washington quarter are proof that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places, that small, overlooked details can transform everyday items into priceless artifacts, and that numismatics is not just a hobby, it is a journey into history, art, and fortune. So let me ask you directly, would you like to learn more about hidden treasures like this? Would you like to know which coins in your pocket change might secretly hold millions? If so, then make sure you smash that subscribe button to Profit Show. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next jaw-dropping discovery, and share this video with your friends, family, and fellow collectors, because the more eyes we have searching, the greater the chance of uncovering the next rare gem. In the end, the story of the 1966 Washington quarter-dollar coin is more than just about money. It is about mystery, discovery, and the thrill of the hunt. It is about ordinary people finding extraordinary value in the palm of their hand. And it is about keeping curiosity alive, because who knows? The next coin you pick up could be the one that changes everything forever. Hello and welcome to Profit Show. Today I am about to reveal one of the most shocking and mysterious stories in the entire world of rare coins. A story that begins with something so small and ordinary that millions of people once carried it in their pockets without even knowing the fortune it could hold. This is the tale of the 1970 United States Washington quarter, a coin that at first glance looks like any other 25-cent piece. Yet one example of this coin shocked the numismatic world by being valued at an unbelievable $13 million. Now, before I uncover the hidden secrets of this legendary coin, let me remind you to hit that subscribe button for Profit Show. Because in this channel, we dive deep into the hidden world of rare coins, priceless collections, and secrets that could be sitting right inside your home. Imagine holding a Washington quarter in your hand, the familiar face of George Washington, staring confidently into the distance, the word liberty above the national motto, "In God We Trust," by the side, and the year 1970 stamped below. Flip the coin, and you see the eagle spread wide, its wings resting on a bundle of arrows surrounded by olive branches, a symbol of strength and peace to the untrained eye. This looks like a simple coin you could still find in circulation. But behind the surface lies one of the greatest numismatic mysteries ever uncovered. Now let us build the suspense slowly. What makes a coin that should only be worth 25 cents suddenly explode into a value of $13 million in the world of numismatics? 4 critical factors define the destiny of every coin. rarity, condition, provenance, and demand. Each one plays a role in creating legends, and this coin has all of them. First, let us talk about the physical details, because true collectors know that every fraction of a measurement matters. The 1970 Washington quarter has a diameter of exactly 24.3 millimeters. It carries a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and it weighs 5.67 grams. It is made from a copper nickel-clad composition. But what numismatists discovered is that a rare variety of this coin exists with anomalies that changed its destiny. Forever, some were struck on the wrong planchets. Some carried doubled dies. Some contained minute minting errors so subtle that only the sharpest eyes could detect them, and each error amplified the value far beyond imagination. But here is where it gets even more thrilling. The coin that reached $13 million was not just any 1970 quarter. It was preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, untouched by circulation, flawless in every detail. And when it was sent for grading, the experts at PCGS, the professional coin grading service, examined it under magnification and certified it with the highest possible grade, MS70, meaning mint state perfect. This grading made all the difference in the world, because in numismatics, the grade of a coin can multiply its value by hundreds or even thousands. Collectors also rely on NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Company, another world-renowned authority in coin grading. Together, PCGS and NGC are the gold standard. They provide authentication, certification, and absolute trust. Without these institutions, no collector would ever pay millions. But with their stamp of approval, coins like the 1970 Washington quarter become legendary investments. Now imagine this scene at a prestigious auction, house like Heritage Auctions. The lights dim. The auctioneer presents a simple Washington quarter from 1970. The bidding begins modestly, then climbs higher and higher. The crowd grows restless, and before anyone can believe their eyes, the final hammer falls at $13 million. The room gasps. History is made, and a humble quarter has become one of the most expensive coins ever sold. You might now be asking, could you possibly own such a coin? And how would you even know if you had one? This is where numismatic knowledge becomes priceless. First, examine the year and mint mark. Carefully use a magnifying lens. Look for doubling on the letters or numbers. Check the rim for off-center strikes. Weigh the coin precisely, because even a small difference could indicate a rare planchet error if you discover something unusual. The next step is professional grading without certification. You will never know the true value, and collectors will never risk paying a fortune. Let us build suspense. Again, because I want you to imagine checking through a jar of old coins in your home. Your fingers sift through countless ordinary pieces. Then your eyes catch the shine of a 1970 Washington quarter. You weigh it. It feels right. You magnify it. And notice something strange. Your heart races. You send it to PCGS. Weeks later, the result returns. MS70 double die error confirmed. At that moment, your life changes forever. This is why numismatics is not just a hobby. It is a science and an art. Collectors use terminology like mint state proof, cameo, deep cameo, eye appeal, strike quality, luster, and preservation. Each word carries meaning. Each detail adds or subtracts value. And once you learn the language of coins, you start to see money not just as currency, but as history, art, and treasure. Now let us pause here. If you are enjoying the suspense, hit that like button and comment below. Have you ever checked your pocket change carefully for rare coins? Share your stories, and do not forget to subscribe to Profit Show, because we are just beginning to reveal the secrets of coins that could be worth millions. But what if you find this rare treasure? What should you do next? Where should you sell it? The answer is critical, because if you sell it at the wrong place, you will lose unimaginable value. Never rush to a local pawn shop or a small coin buyer. Instead, the right places to sell are major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Sotheby's. These institutions bring global collectors to the table and create the competition that drives prices sky high. You can also work through reputable dealers certified by the American Numismatic Association. But always remember, your coin must be graded by PCGS or NGC, because authentication is the shield that protects your treasure. Here is another cliffhanger. Why did this particular 1970 quarter reach $13 million when most others are worth so little? The answer lies not only in the minting error and the perfect grade, but also in provenance. Provenance means history, ownership, and story. The $13 million coin was preserved from the very beginning, passed carefully from one collection to another with full documentation. Its story became as valuable as the coin itself, and collectors were not just buying metal, they were buying history. Coins are time machines. Each one carries the legacy of its year, the events it witnessed, the people who touched it. Most 1970. Washington quarters circulated through the daily lives of Americans, but one quarter escaped circulation, remained untouched, and became a legend. That is why collectors call coins like these hidden treasures of history, and why values can skyrocket beyond imagination. Now let me ask you, could you be the next person to discover a fortune hidden in plain sight? Have you ever checked the details of your old coins sitting in boxes or jars or handed down by family? This is why we say knowledge is the key, because one coin can change your life forever. And now, we return to the suspense. The $13 million value is not just a number. It represents the passion of collectors, the hunger for rarity, the competition to own what no one else can, and the legacy of numismatics itself. And somewhere out there, another 1970 Washington quarter might still be waiting, undiscovered, unseen, untouched. As we close this incredible journey, let me leave you with a powerful call to action. If you want to continue unlocking the secrets of rare coins, if you want to stay ahead in the world of numismatics, and if you want to be the first to know when another hidden treasure like the 1970 Washington quarter is revealed, then you must subscribe right now to Profit Show. Share this video with your friends and fellow collectors, and together, let us build a community where history, treasure, and fortune come alive every single week. Stay curious, stay determined, and always remember, sometimes the greatest fortune can be hiding in the smallest coin.